Hello, YouTube. All right. I've been looking at this cabinet design here with the two mirrors on the side and have decided, you know what? I don't like the way it looks. The plan was to move those two down so that it would be centered like a plus sign almost. But because the center mirror isn't decorative like the side mirrors and bigger, I think it's going to look pretty tacky. So we're going to do a redesign. Yeah. The option would be to keep the two little side mirrors, and then in the center just have a strip that's solid, that's not a mirror, that's the same width as the two side mirrors. Or I could take this other mirror and put it up there. So I could have two, if I can get this to focus here, I can have two large mirrors. Yeah. I think we're going to try two large plane mirrors because the mirrors, it turns out, are exactly the perfect size for that. So I think that's going to be my plan, is to take everything down, redo it all with just two solid mirrors. And that way, it looks like it was designed like that. So we'll see how that fits. In redesigning this overhead cabinet here, I am going to remove the center framing beams. So that means unscrewing everything and pulling it out. And while I got it out, I am going to remove the beam that I have in there that's super long that won't come out right now. See this beam? It can't come out because see how it hits. See? But when I remove these on the end, I think I can do it. I think, yeah, I'll be able to get it out, because once I remove this, it'll be out of the way. I can pull that long piece out. So I'll move out the big pieces of stuff so that I can get it in and out without having to cut it in half like I did the other day. All right, our vertical beam here is now missing, and I can easily take this out now, which I'm going to do. Yeah, we're going to take this beam out of the way and just kind of put it up somewhere. And I'll move it to the front living room for now. Let's see if there's any other super long pieces that need to be removed. I think the others are small enough that they would fit out, although this one may not want to. It would fit. But we'll take it out anyways. Let me move this for now. So, matter of fact, we'll just take it all out for now. We'll put it back later. I'll leave the little ones. The little ones can stay for now. But my plan is to take this beam here and put it over here. Once I size the you know, how big the door, or the solid glass door there is. So I'm going to put that up and see how how long it is, and then put this beam right there, and then I'll do the same on the other side. At least that's the plan for now. Alright, so this is what I got now. I put a frame here, made new framing for the window doors, and you can see I put a little piece of wood on the end there, vertical instead of horizontal like the rest of the layout. I'm going to do vertical slabs here where these frames are. So there'll be 3 vertical slabs and then horizontal slabs that go across, and then I think we're done with the cabinet other than just installing the doors. I'm not going to do too much reinforcement and stuff here because this is meant for like holding linen and other light items, not for heavy things. So we'll see what happens once I get it together. I think it'll be alright. We'll see. Alright, for those of you who are having to do this kind of stuff yourself, I have the big, I guess the big doors that I'm going to be putting up on the cabinets that I built here. This is the overhead cabinet for the bedroom area here. And we've decided, instead of using the original ones, the small ones, I didn't have enough of them. I only had like 2 of them. And it would look stupid with 2 little ones because it's got a big space. And I tried to put the big one in the center, but then I thought it looked funny with one big one in the center and two small ones, and the mirror doesn't match. So we're going to put two big glass ones. But these were originally doors like that, like what you see there on the side wall right there, that side. They're like mirror doors. But I'm going to turn them into overhead. Hopefully it's not too big. But I'm going to turn them to overhead doors with these locking latches thingies. They kind of hold it in place. But the doors don't come with them. So I have to pull the hardware off the little mini ones. And what I'm doing is just, the first one that I did, you can see I've transferred it to that one. And that side, right there. I'm having a hard time focusing because it is nighttime. And I'm not getting adequate lighting. But anyhow, so I have to pull it from this one and transfer it to that. And what I'm going to do is just unscrew this. And how I figured out where the hole was to go on the new one, I made a template. I just took a piece of, it was orange juice container, and I lined it up to the end. And I punched holes where the screws are, the old screws. And, you know, had it lined up right at the corner. So all I have to do is put it on the new one, and then I can drill holes through there. You know, the starter holes, which you'll see me do here in a minute. Alright, so I've unscrewed the hardware off this original one here, the left side. And I've got to transfer it to this. Notice where the hinge is up there? That's the top. So I got to flip this unit. Let me move all these screws here out of the way. I got so many little screws. This is kind of a mess. And it's late at night. To be honest, I'm getting a little bit wiped out because I'm working about 6.5 hours a day, commuting for about an hour and a half, 2 hours each day, and then running around doing all sorts of stuff. And having to clear my spot from the warehouse took some time. Van is right now currently loaded with junk. So I'm basically working about 16-hour days, 17-hour days. So a little bit wiped out, but we're going to go ahead and try to get this done tonight so that it'll at least be done and usable. So I've got my mirrored door here. I'll flip it over so you can see that now I have the hinge on this side just like on there, and this piece is going to go over here like this. But to determine where it is exactly, I had lined this up and I had made a template, see, previously like that. So I know this has got to go over here, and I square it here on the edge, on the corner and the edge here. Then I just need to drill holes right where those two holes are, which is what I'm getting ready to do right now. So as you can see, I drilled my two holes right here. Sadly, it lined right up at the center line here, which is going to be really weak, but oh well. Not really much I can do about it other than shifting it a little bit, but I'm just going to try it, and hopefully it won't break and fall apart. So what we're going to do now is going to take our hardware and just put it just like that, and put the screws in, and then we're going to do the same on the other side. But on the other side, instead of laying it down like this, I'm going to flip it over and lay it like that along the edge of the other edge, because it's the opposite corner, so it's like a mirror image. Alright, I finished screwing in this side. It's a little bit lopsided, but hopefully it'll still work and adequately. I am going to now do the opposite corner here. So I need to find my template. Here it is. And what we did was, instead of doing it like this side, which would be off, we're going to flip it over like this. Line it up, and then there's our two holes that we're going to be drilling in. Alright, we've installed our second unit here. So now we have our window, pretty much the hardware installed. I just need to try to line it up and mount it. And then there is a piece here which I can either remove. I think I can remove it. I think there's a screw that can go in there and it can be removed, or I can try to punch a hole. But I noticed the ones that shut here, there is no center lock thingy. So I think the I think those hinges lock them in place. So I think I can safely remove the center part right here. I probably don't need that, so let me remove that. Removing it is just simply using the screwdriver here right into there, and that pulled it right out. So we're going to do the same with the other one. Alright, we've removed the backing off there, the little black thingy knob that locks things in place, and we're going to try to place this and hold it. It's a little hard one person doing it, but I'm going to try to screw a hole there to start it off. I'm just placing it where I think it would look good. And then I'm going to go ahead and start screwing it in, and we'll see if we can't get this cabinet done. Alright, I got my first door panel, or cabinet door panel in. I had to adjust this guy a little bit. I had to move it in a little bit because it was too tight. My measurement was too tight. And then I ended up installing the little center thingy back, and then I drilled a hole here so that it would stick. But you can see the little holder does hold up the door, but it's like at an angle. Doesn't hold it up that high. Hopefully you don't have to have anything too big to go in here that won't fit. If that becomes an issue, I'll remove the little brace thingies. But this helps to hold the door up so you can access things in here. And then having the hole here, this will hit it and then just kind of help hold it in place, keep it from wiggling around. So I made it pretty tight, not super tight, but tight enough. And then once we put the handle in, I think this is pretty much done, other than, you know, painting it later. But we got to do the other side now. This is like taking way longer than I thought.